Welcome to Deerwood Realty. I'm John Schenk. How are you today? I have a bunch of stuff to go over. It's been a long time. You're probably wondering if I'm still here. I'm still here. We're just going to go through all that today and figure out where we go from here. It's not the first time I've had an extended pause on YouTube, and it's probably not going to be the last. So just kind of going to have to deal with that. I'm very rusty. I'm sorry. It's going to take me time to get into the swing of things. But you know, like if I don't ever start, it's never gonna get done. So that's what I've got right now. Let's go over some of the stuff for tonight. This is not going to be the heavy real estate one that you're looking for. This is just going to be for my friends and my subscribers and my followers to just like know what's going on, so we can build on to something else. So with that, I've got a list on my one computer screen, so we're going to go over that. First off, I wanted to thank you for 500 subscribers. It means a lot to me, and I've been at this for a couple years now, and I was starting to get a little frustrated with my progress. You know, like I can only control so many things. You know, I can only do so much, and I don't know. There's this thing, even if everything is a bot, even if everything isn't real, to be below 500 subscribers, to be when I was at like 100 subscribers, it just grates on you, especially when you see some of the videos that get hyped and they have all kinds of subscribers and you're like, come on, this is ridiculous. And so I just wanted to show you this thing that I saw, and it scared me. Of course it's not going to come in right, but anyway, this lady, I saw this video when I was away. And it was a lady that was on YouTube for 15 years and hadn't gotten to 500 subscribers. And at the time, I was probably at 390 or so. And I was like, please, like, I don't want to spend 15 years to get 500 subscribers. That's just crazy. And so that was kind of, how do I put it? That kind of hurt. Like, I didn't want to deal with that. And so that was getting me a little bit depressed. And so, you know, not that it's not anybody's fault or anything. It was just all me. So that was like, there was a little bit of motivation there. It was like, I don't want to take all this time, all these years to get somewhere. Like, that's just not what I want. It's not like I'm trying to take the easy way, but man, 15 years for 500 subscribers. So now that I'm at 500 subscribers, of course, the goal is to get to 1,000. The goal is to get monetized. I know a guy now on YouTube that has gotten, I think he's going for 1 million. He talks about rentals all the time. I think he just gets after it. Really. I mean, that's the difference between him. His content is horrible. He just started like a financial news show. Like, it's just bizarre. So I don't know. YouTube is a very odd place, and I'm still trying to get with the program. Don't forget though, I'm on Rumble. We do have the podcast of the show. That's on, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your streaming stuff. I mean, I'm out there, and if you do look on X, you'll notice that Deerwood Realty has been kind of busy lately. I built that thing up to, I'm at 397 on my subscribers. Now, I've had an account there since 2015, and I've just not done a lot with it until recently. And if you want to know the author of Deerwood Realty on Twitter, it's me. It's 100% me. It's my picture, so hopefully that will help. And you can give me a follow there. It's kind of fun. So let's go to the next thing that caused some issues. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do it like this. My ability to hit buttons is limited. So this is my channel, okay? And I don't know if I really like the cover anymore. I'm probably going to need to fix that. But if you look at the videos, if you see this one, it says, if this is the future of housing, I want nothing to do with it. And it got 2,200 views, okay? And if you notice, like all of a sudden, Get Wall Street Out, Single Family Homes has 60 views, and then it kind of didn't come back. Well, it didn't come back because it freaked me out. I'd been at it for a while doing, you can see my live streams, not like they were just tearing it up, 26 views, 13 views, but you can see my videos too along here. It's not like I was just tearing it up, 30 views, 40 views, nothing. And then I just blew up on this one video. Now, when I didn't get many subscribers out of it. It wasn't like, oh, great, now you've got, now you've made it. No, it was actually like, why did that one pop? And it messes with your mind, like a couple ways. Number one, I'm a real estate agent in St. Louis, Missouri. I have a brokerage. Like, that's what this channel is about, kind of, is residential real estate mixed in with my opinion about pretty much everything. And there's humor when I start talking about things I don't know anything about. Like, I acknowledge it and I move forward. Like, for instance, when we did the figure skating extravaganza years back, that was that was fun for me. It's my humor. So, but when you're working on something every day, I'm like, I know it seems stupid, but to do a 10-minute video takes like an hour or two. I mean, it takes forever. You got to do thumbnail. You got to put it everywhere. You got to have a description and everything. So it takes a while, and I'm going to scratch my nose, and I apologize. Oh man, it was itchy. See, that kind of stuff I'm not used to on the new. I'm kind of rusty. I should have scratched my nose earlier, I guess. Anyway, at 2,000 views, all of a sudden, people might actually see the video, right? It's one thing that you're doing a video with like 3 of your best friends watching. And by the way, thank you guys. You know who you are. I appreciate it. But it's a whole different ballgame to be at 2,000 and I was like, I don't know if I like this or not, but it turns out it's okay. It's all right. But there's some things that I was thinking. So like one of the things was like, what was it about that video that got all the views? And I mean, this plays in your mind like all the time. Like, why did it get all the views? Like, what was it? And then the other thing is could I do better than that for the views on the next video? So could I make one video better and have it do well? And the answer you can clearly see on the screen is no, right back to 60. I mean, right back to where I'm normally at. Now, there's been talk that I've been blacklisted for the things I've said on here, and it's possible. It's possible. Or you could just say it's competitive, whatever. But it messes with your mind. When you spend this much time doing something and you don't see any success, or then you do see success and it goes right back, it's like, what is going on? And so it's hard on your mind. Like, you're working very, very hard to get this good video out, and then like nothing happens. Like it just messes with you. So you probably say, well, John, if you don't scratch your nose during the video, that probably would help. And I agree. I get it, but I'm sorry, it was just itchy. So that's it. Not getting the views is okay, but then when you get the views and then all of a sudden it goes back, it's like if you ever saw Awakening with I think it was Robert De Niro, and he goes in that and they give him the drugs for the old people, and all of a sudden they start talking and they're normal, and then they go back. I don't want to ruin the movie. I just did. So if you did want to watch Awakening, I'm sorry. Now, there's other things going on. So I want to go over that. So, John, why were you gone so long, right? Like, why? And so I'm going to go over that. So the last video I made was December 15th of 2023, okay? And let's just go over it. So number one, I've had a horrible run of health. There's a flu that I got that can't be mentioned on YouTube still. Then I had 2 sinus infections, and then I had some other stuff that was causing me to be just super tired, and in pain, like all my joints, like it just hurt all the time, and it just wears you down. And so I thought I was just getting older. I'm 46 years old, and I'm a little overweight. Okay, I mean, I get it, but it just, I got to the point where I finally went to the doctor, and I was like, hey, I don't feel very good. And he's like, oh, okay. So we did these tests and everything, and we figured out kind of like what's going on. And it's not like, not too bad. In fact, the medicine they gave me, I'm feeling a lot better now. It's been about a week, but I finally had the energy to kind of get back at it. Now, the next thing was I was gone out of the country in the whole month of February, just gone, just not in the country. And, you know, if you've been a follower for a long period of time or a subscriber, you know that there was that time where my computer broke. And so I tried to do it on a laptop, my streaming, and it was absolutely horrible. And if any of you see that, or you can just go back on the channel and watch, it's just garbage. And so I didn't want to do that, but also my head was in a different spot. And the time change is weird, and just the location is odd. So I just didn't do anything for that month. And then when I got back, like, I was further behind than when I left. So now I've got all this stuff I'm supposed to do. I'm just overwhelmed. I'm not feeling well. It's just bad. And so finally, this is an odd one. I procrastinate. I admit it at this age. Like, I get stuck in my head sometimes. Like, I just get stuck in my head. And there's these things that just go around and around and around and around and around. And one of them was I wanted to do a live stream on my return. Like, I wanted to do a live stream. And honestly, like, I started thinking about how I can put together the live stream. And so I would sit there and, like, how would I get this done? How would I get that? And then all day just thinking about this live stream. And it just, like, it locked me up. Because I wanted to do things. I wanted to say thank you for the 500 subscribers. I wanted to tell you all where I'd been. And, you know, probably a short YouTube video isn't that spot. The live stream is perfect for it. But I just got locked into this. Well, you need to do a live stream. And I hadn't done a live stream in a long time. And by the way, live streams are going to come back. I don't know exactly when. I don't know exactly how. But they're coming back. Even if nobody watches them, I like live streams myself. And so they're going to happen. It's just a question of when. But anyway, that was bothering me. Like, for the last 2 weeks, I've probably been ready to do a video, a live stream, but I just haven't been able to put it together. So today is just like, get it out, let people know what's going on, and then just go from there. So that's what we're going to do. Now, there's also this thing about, if you've ever met me, if you've ever been around me for a long time, I have periods of great, wonderful productivity, and then they just spiral to nothing. Okay. And then it's just like, I get excited and I do things, and then I get sad and don't. And it's not like clinical, like sad and depression. It's just kind of how I've always been. So this is nothing new. So you'll probably see a run of videos now for a month, maybe longer. The last run was 4 months, and then it just all stops at once. And then it'll come back. It's a very odd thing. So let's go over something else here. The world has changed since I started doing regular videos, and I have to get used to that. Like, the whole back end of YouTube has changed. There's all this stuff about AI content. I have used AI content as far as, like, producing the notes and stuff for the videos, because it's just easier for me. I put in my own thoughts, and then I have it kind of clean things up for me. It seems like it's a quick and dirty way to do it. I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm going to keep doing it. But I have never made, like, an AI video, like, where I'm like a fake person, or like it's even in the video. I just didn't do this. And so one of the reasons why I got into this in the first place, or why I started this, is I never really liked the super cut slick videos, you know, the slick edited videos with the fast cuts on YouTube. I didn't like it. Now, there's Nick Ricada, Law Splitting the Interwebs. That was where I saw for the first time, like, somebody just stream and just be natural and just talk about things that they enjoy. This was from a legal perspective at first. Now he's all over the place. It's quite fascinating. But I didn't want everything to be so scripted. Okay, I don't like it, and I don't like it now. Like, this is a one take thing. Do it, and the reason for that is simple for me. It's like, look, if you can produce a slickly produced video and get 100 views, or you can produce what you want to produce and get 50 views, and it takes 3 hours less or 4 hours less, probably a better idea just to go with the nice video that you want. So that's what I did. But even now, like, you hear from, like, Mr. Beast and stuff, they're talking about, like, hey, like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, it's over the top. Kind of weird to say that. We got over 100 million viewers, but whatever, or subscribers. So that's one thing that, like, people are coming to, in my opinion, they're coming to my space, and I think that's the way it should be. You should have it should be genuine. Like YouTube and everything else should be genuine. Let me tell you about this thing I stumbled on while I was gone, the Forex. Like people talk about Forex on YouTube. It's just out of control. These guys that are like the best Forex channels can't trade for anything. Like are horrid. Like can't even be profitable. And yet they're telling everybody else how to do it. It's fascinating. Then you have like these nameless and faceless people that do these videos. It's just very fascinating. If you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, I suggest you look in the Forex trading on YouTube. It's absolutely insane. I can only imagine how bad cryptocurrency must be. But I'm just not there. So there's that. And then now there's some big stories in residential real estate residential real estate. A couple things. One, the NAR Proposed settlement, the National Association of Realtors settlement. I'm going to get into it. I'm just going to do the list real quick. So there's that. There's squatters' rights, and then there's the rate lock effect. And so let me just go over a few of these. Let's just go over kind of my thinking here. So the NAR settlement, I was on Twitter or X, and it brought so many haters towards residential real estate agents. Like everyone's happy that you're going to not make any money. Well, newsflash, we don't always make money now. It's just like, it was just like, let's beat up a realtor day for like a month. Okay. And the settlement hasn't even gone through. July is when we're supposed to take effect here in St. Louis, as far as where we're supposed to have our documents in order. It's a big change. It's disheartening because of just like what I was telling you earlier, where it's fun to hear people that talk about stuff they have no idea what they're talking about. Those people, like when they actually believe their BS, that's the stuff I just despise. And watching what people wrote and said about residential real estate was a fascinating education for me, because like I was telling you with the figure skating, I had no idea about figure skating. So when I talk about it, it was funny because it was known to the audience that I have no idea what I'm talking about. That's funny. It's not funny when somebody presents themselves an expert at something and talks a bunch of junk that they don't know anything about. I'll tell you one thing right now that I saw all over the place. Realtors charge 6%. I have not charged 6% in my career. So, I mean, like just simple, small things. They're going to the CEO of Redfin, who hates the National Association of Realtors, to get his thoughts on everything. Okay, they don't go to no one called me. Okay, they say, well, John, you only have 500 subscribers on YouTube, and your podcast is I think there's 3 people that accidentally hit the button. Look, I get it, okay? But I'm far more in tune to the residential real estate world than these people are. Because my job is to sell houses, and my job is to help buyers buy houses. It's not, lawsuits and all kinds of other garbage. I don't like the people that they called in the one court case. The people that they called were not real estate agents or hadn't been real estate agents for at least 20 years. It was just bizarre. It was just totally stupid, and anyway. So, but what I think about the settlement is that I don't know what's going to happen. So I best not talk too much about it. Now, I have some thoughts that things may happen, but mostly what we're going to see, I think, is a lot of unintended consequences that are going to end up hurting the consumer rather than helping the consumer. And that's going to freak a lot of people out because it's been marketed one way and it's going to go a totally different way, I think. But we'll find out. And you say, well, John, what if you can't be a real estate agent anymore? What if it's no longer profitable for you? Well, it's not always profitable. Like I have good years and bad. Okay. So it's not I'm kind of in this space. I'm 46 years old. Where am I going? I've been doing this for 15, 20 years. And before that I was, an investor, so I'm not going anywhere. This is the space I'm in. I have my brokerage and we're going to be here. I'm stuck. And so that's number one. Number two, a very fascinating thing's happened is the squatters' rights story. The idea that squatters have rights to your property. Now, this isn't something new. I was trying to bring this to your attention way back. I'm trying to see if I have it. Yeah. So here, I got it for you. I'll show you right here. I don't know if I did my buttons right. There you go. Look, they're on YouTube. I mean, you've got 2 days ago, the guy gets 80,000 views. 2,700 views. Let me get to some of the others. But 10 hours ago, 16,000 views. 10 months ago, 4.8 million views. But then you get back like 10 years ago, 5.6 million views. Woman catches squatters moving in her home. And I remember the first story that I saw is this real estate agent listed a very nice house it was in Pennsylvania. And between the time they sold the house and the time the new people tried to move in, squatters moved in. And then the people that wanted to buy the house were like, I'm not buying the house because there's squatters in it. And that was the moment where I was like, this is weird. Now, I can see, like, just from the internet, like, things have changed. Like I was talking about, like, some people say, well, squatter, you know, like, you shouldn't own, you don't have any property rights, and these people don't have a home, so shame on you for not letting them live in your house. I'm not in that opinion. There's even these people that will, like, you write a lease to them, and then they go in and they intimidate the squatter. I mean, it's just bizarre, right? But the bigger thing for me is, why did it become a story now? Like, why now? It's been going on for years, right? Like, I guess people assumed that if a squatter moved into a house that you could just call the cops and the cops would come in and just be like, get out. They didn't know. Well, I mean, that's an issue. So that's something that we'll talk about. And then finally, right now, what we're in is what many people have called the rate lock effect. And what it is simply the idea that everyone bought and probably overpaid for a low 2% mortgage will now not want to move. So the only inventory we get is bad inventory. It's like when someone dies or when something happens, they get transferred for work. There's no real good inventory that comes to the market because people can't trade up now because they're locked in these low mortgages. And it is a real thing, okay? It's manifested itself in strange ways also. For example, my business is down terribly. There's no question. And why is that? Well, because it's hard for buyers to buy. Even now, like this weekend, I listed a house, and we had multiple offers on the properties. And if it isn't owner occupants, they're investors. Of the 10 offers I had, 7 of them were investors. I mean, it's just crazy. So if you represent a seller on a listing, you'll probably sell it. That's probably not an issue as long as you don't screw it up. But it's a one-time thing. So you're not getting you're not getting a seller and then they go buy something else, or they go buy something and then sell theirs, because this inventory is like, grandma's moving to a home or something like that. They're going somewhere else. So when you're working as a buyer's agent, the numbers, combined with the higher property tax values, higher insurance rates, and the higher mortgage rates, I mean, you just don't want to buy. Now you say, well, John, there were all these multiple offers. Yes. But understand that of those 10 offers, only one person's getting a house, and then they move on. And we're looking at, I think it was 7.26 on a 30-year fix today. So it's just a tough time right now in the market. And that's probably finally the last thing is, look, things when they're, I'm an emotional person. I wouldn't say emotional, weird emotional, just when you get kicked on Twitter for, charging too much commission for a house when you're not charging too much, because the person that's saying that has no idea what the business is about. Okay. And then you get the rate lock effect, where people are just it's not pleasant to be a buyer right now. It's just not. And then when you sell stuff, it's good. I still like it. But I've never been big on listing houses. I have a very good listing package that I put forth for my clients, but it's never been it's just never been, I've mostly worked with buyers. I'd love to work with more sellers, but that's just the way it is. So, you're down, you're out of the country, you're sick, you don't feel well, and then your videos, you don't know if they're going to do well or don't do well. It's just a lot. And so that's been what I've been dealing with, or that's been what I've been up to. I hope all my subscribers, come back and watch, and we can all have fun again. It should be fun, right? We should have a good time. Even with serious topics, you should be able to laugh every once in a while. So that's what I want to do. You will see more videos from me now that we've broken the chain that have kept us down for the last couple months, and that's what we'll do. So with that, I'm going to head on out. I wanted to say thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Good night.